So I've got my food processor all set up here. So I'm going to throw in 2 stalks of celery that I've roughly chopped. A medium-sized carrot that I've roughly chopped up again. And about 9 button mushrooms, again roughly chopped. You don't want these too chopped. And I'm just going to process this up until I get kind of a semi-fine chop. You don't want it too mushy. And of course, if you don't have a food processor, you can do this by hand too. And you want to chop something like this. This is about perfect. Next up, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of oil to a Dutch oven. And this is over medium-high heat. And of course, if you don't have a Dutch oven, you can use a pot or even a pan for that matter. Followed by half a chopped onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and a pinch or about 1/8 of a teaspoon of chili flakes, just to bring out that heat. Give this a stir. I'm going to saute this for about a minute or so, just until it's fragrant, until that wonderful smell of garlic fills the air, which I love so much. Once we're nice and fragrant and the onions are fairly translucent, I'm going to grab up my veggies and add these in. We'll just stir and saute these until those veggies begin to sweat. This will just take a few minutes. Now our veggies have begun to sweat. I'm going to add in, I'd say about a tablespoon of tomato paste. And that's just going to bring out that creamy richness a little more. Go ahead and give this a stir once more, just until that paste coats everything. Now it's time to add in the broth, and I'm going to add in, I'd say about half a cup of vegetable broth. You can use red or white wine too if you like. 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, or tomato puree, whichever you prefer. And of course, all of this will be in the blog too. About 1/4 to 1/2 cup of cooking cream, depending on how creamy you want it, but that just adds that beautiful richness. A couple of teaspoons of Italian seasoning. You can add more or less, you be the boss. Toss in a good generous portion of ground black pepper, and of course some salt. I'm also going to add in a couple of bay leaves. Then we'll just go ahead and give this a stir. Wow, I mean, this is looking really good, guys. And just look at the body and texture that those veggies are giving it. Like, who needs meat? And I know you're going to say that spaghetti bolognese, without meat is a contradiction in terms, and I guess it is, but just with the richness and texture of this sauce, like, who needs meat? This smells absolutely incredible. And I'm just going to slip a lid on and let this simmer while we're working on our spaghetti. As you know, making the spaghetti is pretty straightforward. A couple of tricks I always do is add a good generous amount of salt to the water, just like swimming in the Mediterranean. A little bit of olive oil, and this stops the spaghetti from sticking together. In with the spaghetti, and we're just going to boil this for about 9 minutes, just to the point where it's al dente. I'm using spaghetti here, but you can use just about any kind of pasta. I mean, you can use linguine, angel hair, penne pasta, whatever you like. This sauce is just so versatile, it'll cover the bases of anything. Now the pasta is done, into a colander. And we'll just give this a strain. Now our sauce is simmered away for about 20 minutes. And man alive, just look at this. It smells so good, guys. Wow. Just incredible. I'm going to grate in some fresh Parmesan. Ooh, Parmigiano. And we'll give this a stir just until it melts down and incorporates. And we are pretty much good to go here, my friends. Now it is time to plate this up. So a bit of sauce onto the bottom, spaghetti on, and of course some more sauce over the top. Now there are a couple of ways of doing this. Some people toss the spaghetti in with the sauce, but I usually put the sauce over the top, just the way I've always done it, and I like it better that way. And of course, some more of that wonderful Parmesan. I just love fresh grated Parmesan. And last but not least, a few fresh basil leaves. And there you have it, guys, our creamy meatless spaghetti bolognese. Absolutely stunning. Okay guys, I have to admit I am really excited to try this. I mean really. I have to get my trusty old spoon. This is the way I eat spaghetti. Wow, just look at this. Absolutely stunning and incredible. I think I've outdone myself this time. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. I know I say this all the time, but this is ridiculously good. I mean, I would stack this up against any sauce with meat. I would challenge somebody to make a better meatless sauce. The texture is just incredible. It's there. You know, sometimes you have a meatless sauce and you say, oh, it needs something. This doesn't need anything. And something I'm really glad I added are those chili peppers, or those hot peppers. They just add that heat at the back of the palate. Guys, this is just wonderful. You got to make this. Well, I'm finishing up and eating here. As always, for the full scoop on this recipe, head on over to cookandshare.com. All kinds of cool stuff over there. Become a member. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. You won't miss a video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. I'm going to keep eating spaghetti, and see you next time.